Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5. I'm watching Mythbusters on TV. Thought I'd film a video. This video was brought on because someone I went to school with posted a video on Facebook of these parents that put their little girl, a young girl, on this crocodile. It might have been an alligator, but I'm going to call it a crocodile. And she was riding it like a horse, and they were telling her to do the thumbs up, and they're getting pictures taken. And this wasn't some third world country type thing. It looked like it might have been a legit attraction. It was in a clean building, and the people in the video seemed to have be well dressed, and they obviously had digital cameras and stuff. And the point behind this video was basically to say, look at these silly parents, bad parenting decisions. They're poking fun at it, which rightfully so. It didn't look like this crocodile or alligator had any binding on its mouth, so it wasn't locked up. But this reminded me of an event that happened in my life. Let me set the stage. I was in the first grade, primary school, fairly little. I was small for most of my life. And my dad knew a guy. He was pretty well off. He had a deer farm, I think, in his backyard, whitetail. And he had a pet tiger that was in a cage. It wasn't like a cage. It was like a habitat. We'll call it a habitat. It had a tree in there, and it could walk around, but it was fenced in, and it wasn't like a huge cage, but the animal could walk around and follow the shade and stuff. And my dad thought this was his ideal. Wouldn't it be fun for my kids to be able to go see a tiger and pet it? Play with the tiger. That would be like their highlight of their life. A big memory. Now, let me specify something so that we're all on the same page. This tiger was a cub, but it was, or you could say juvenile tiger. It wasn't like a kitten, but it wasn't fully grown. But in comparison to me at the time, how small I was and how small the tiger was, we were about the same size. The tiger, maybe it was about the size of a Labrador retriever. It's hard for me to remember because to me it was a big animal because I was small at the time. And so we went to this guy's house. The owner of the tiger wasn't there, but his groundskeeper was. And they talked it over. It was like, yeah, we'll let you go in and pet the tiger. It was defanged and declawed, so you couldn't return it back to the wilderness. It couldn't hunt for itself or anything. I don't know how he got the tiger. I don't know how. I don't know if it was legal or not. But anyways, I go into the tiger cage because, my dad asked me if I wanted to pet it, and of course I did. And I started petting it and playing with it for a little bit. Next thing I know, it latches onto my arm, and I'm a little kid, so I'm screaming my head off. I'm like, ah! I can't scream because I don't know, I can't get that high pitch anymore. But I was screaming, I was panicking. This tiger was latched onto my right arm. And I remember the groundskeeper there slapping it in the face kind of like that, and the tiger's all like that. He slaps it some more, and it eventually lets go. Remember, this tiger has been defanged, so I don't have like a lot of puncture wounds on me, but I am kind of bruised. And so the next day I go to school, I tell all my friends I got attacked by a tiger, and none of them believe me. They're like, no, you would be dead. And I was like, no, man, it's a little tiger. And I said it bit me, but it didn't, punch holes in me. And they still didn't believe me. I showed them my arm, which had some, you know, I don't know if you ever bit someone or as a child, or if you bit yourself, but you can see the teeth marks. They don't actually puncture the skin, but you can see the teeth impressions in the skin. So I still had those going on me. But it was funny because getting bit by the tiger had the exact opposite of what you would think would happen. Instead of being terrified by tigers and stuff, I was intrigued by them. I got my first cat. Well, yeah. Well, I don't know if I could say it's my first cat, but the first cat that didn't come to our yard as a stray, the first cat we ever bought was a orange cat with stripes. And I got it because it looked like a tiger. And when they had those commercials on TV, you know, symbolically adopt a tiger, and we'll send you a pamphlet and stuff about it. You know, I thought they actually meant adopt a tiger, so I called them. I was like, "Hey, I want a tiger," and they had to explain to me that they weren't actually selling tigers. Same thing happened to me with the whales back when the Free Willy was coming on. They had a lot of the Free the Whales or symbolically adopt a whale type thing. I had a swimming pool. I was like, "Hey, I got a swimming pool. I'd like a whale," and they had explained to me again that you're symbolically adopting them. Anyways, tigers are still one of my favorite animals. It's definitely one of my favorite exotic animals. I like jaguars. Don't care for lions that much. Never did like lions. I don't know why. But that's basically it. I can picture my dad, you know, learning about his friend having this tiger, him sipping on a beer, it seeming like a good idea at the time, and you know, luckily nothing extremely bad happened. I wasn't permanently injured or killed. So in all, I think it was a successful day. So that's it. Oh, by the way, the first time I got to talk to the owner of the tiger was at my grandfather's funeral many, many years later. And my dad pointed out and said, "Hey, that's the guy that owned the tiger." And I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, I got bit by your tiger once. What happened to that tiger?" And he apologized. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry it bit you." And he's like, "Well, I had to get rid of it." I was like, "Really, why?" And he said, "Well, it bit someone else, and the wife said either it goes or I go." So he got rid of the tiger. But anyways, that's the story. Hope y'all have a great day. I'm Satsu5, and I'm out.